Can't hear you.
It's Wednesday, October 23rd. Thank you and welcome to Grand Rising Elizabeth Wealth Building Wednesday. Wealth Building Wednesday. I'm so excited today. I'm so excited. I just want to say thank you, everyone who has joined us today, because you could have been doing anything. So we really appreciate your support. We really work very hard to bring you some good information 5 days out the week. So today is Wealth Building Wednesdays. For those who don't know and are new, my name is Lakeisha LeGrand, also known as Madam Finance, because I help everyday people build wealth with confidence.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited about our guest today. I'm just really excited about our guest. Sometimes she come on and she supports us, but she don't know you saw her face, and she's showing her beautiful face today. Dr. Reola. So for those who don't know, I love to start off our show with a millionaire billionaire success story. I got that from my mentor, millionaire Mr. Cartwright, and so I'm going to start off with our success story. This is one that we have heard before. So our success story today is on David Green. David Green is the multi-billionaire founder of Hobby Lobby, but he grew up with very humble beginnings. His family was poor, but David did not let poverty destroy his dreams of becoming a wealth business owner. He never went to college, but started Hobby Lobby out of his garage with a $600 loan. Today, it has grown to more than 520 superstores in 42 states. Green and his family own 100% of the company, and he ranks number 79 on the list of the 400 richest Americans with an estimated net worth of $4.5 billion. Not $1 million, y'all, $1 billion. Green sponsors the U Version Bible app for mobile phones, which has already been downloaded over 50 million times. He also plans to give 90% of his wealth to ministry work when he dies. Green recalls the memory of his parents putting their last dime on the collection plate. His father was a poor preacher, yet, despite their financial state, Green's mother stepped out in faith and regularly gave to the church. He attributes his blessings to his mother's giving and the fact that he continues to give today. Green's influence comes through education. He gave a former Erickson plant in Lynchburg, Virginia, which he bought for $10.5 million to Jerry Farwell, Liberty University in 2024. He gave an entire campus to Zion Bible College in Hartville, Massachusetts in 2007 at a cost of $16.5 million. In 2009, Green snapped up the 217-acre former campus of Massachusetts Prep School, Northfield Mount Hermon, for just $100,000. Spent $9 million on renovation and plans to give it away. Christian universities across the country have been auditioning for his attractive location, causing a minor stir in the liberal New England town of Northfield. In his biggest splash, Green bailed out scandal-ridden, debt-laden Oral Roberts University with a $70 million gift in 2007. A donation with strings attached. Green got to replace the college misgoverning board of trustees. Today, with his son Mark chairman of the board and one of his granddaughters, a new alumnus, Green calls Oral Roberts the healthy university. Ministries approach him constantly with proposals for their new church or Christian community centers. Only 1 in 10 is chosen. He won't help them unless they pass a doctoral vetting process. having them demonstrate a true knowledge of the Bible. I declare and decree that we are all success stories. Now, if this is not true giving, I don't know what is. You know, our mentor, Mr. Conrad, always talk about it's bigger than us. The things that we're doing and talking is really bigger than us. We are here to make a difference and to make a change. And you can't do that without having money. You know, so many people try, well, I'm gonna speak on me. Growing up, because of my ambitions, my drive, you know, me wanting to be wealthy, people would make that like a negative thing. But it's never been really about me. It's about helping the community. God works through people. You know, I've said it over and over time when there's something happening in the world, you know, the tsunamis and poor people or people, you know, in shelters. Who come to the rescue? People. God works through people, and you cannot truly help anyone if you really don't have anyone. Like, really. I remember some scripture in the Bible was talking about we'll pray for you. But he said, why didn't you give them food and shelter? You know, it just can't be just about praying. It'd be good to be able to pray for that individual as well as contribute to that individual's life financially. So I really, truly admire his community involvement. Even when you fill out a lot of these grants that's out here, they want to know, what are you doing for the community? Because it's so vital and so very important that we give back and help our community. And that's one reason why the Grand Rising Elizabeth exists, so we can help the community in all areas of our life, especially on Wednesdays, the help, you know, the wealth. Yes. So I'm so excited about our guest today. I am, you know, those who don't know, I also own a company called Natural Living by Design. So some people may say, well, you know, what does health got to do with wealth? Well, how you gonna be wealthy and you're not healthy? So health is really a big passion of mine, even though wealth building is a passion, but health is also. And so I want to announce my wonderful and amazing guest here. I want to welcome this week, we honor and welcome Dr. Reola Thompson, the 81-year-young powerhouse behind her company, Total Health and Wellness Naturally. She is a naturopathic doctor, master herbalist, dry blood cell analyst, a nutritionist, a raw food chef. Dr. Thompson has dedicated her life to natural healing and community wellness. Her journey began in 2003 when she overcame stage 3 colon cancer through natural alternatives, leading her to establish her practice in Detroit, Michigan. Welcome, Dr. Reola.
Thank you so much for that awesome introduction, Lakeisha. Thank you so much. Thank you. I see Tia. Welcome, Tia. Tia. I just thank Grand Rising Elizabeth as well for making this possible. And I thank Sister Lakeisha, Madam Finance, for inviting me on today. I just love you all. I mean, I don't be on all the time. When I do, um, I'm not tech savvy, but I thank God for Lakeisha. Like she said, she like helping people. That's what she does. She came by last night, called me, asked me did I need any help with my computer. She came by and helped me, made me get everything set up and everything. But I thank God for that. Thank you, Lakeisha. I love you so much. Well, as she said, you know, I do have when my husband, I heard someone say, you know, when your husband died, you don't know what to do. So this is what got me started into what I'm doing now. After my husband died, I was lost because he was my everything. We were in business together, But he made all my flyers, my business cards. He took care of the book work, finances, everything. And when I lost him, it was like I did not know what to do. So I just kept going. The Lord gave me some some menus. So I started making food. He gave me some drinks to make. I started making healthy drinks. I was trying to do everything. I started a wellness committee to try and get people to join. I mean, it was like a journey. It's been a journey for me. My husband been gone over 11 years, but I thank God for keeping me. And today, as she said, I have like 4 different drinks, and I don't know if you can see this. This is ginger thyme lemonade. Can you all see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this is pineapple, and then this is ginger thyme beet, um, and this is ginger thyme turmeric, and this is ginger thyme lemon. So those are the 4 drinks I have, and they are organic, made with organic products, and they don't have any preservatives, no processed sugar. They only have like 4 to 5 ingredients in them. So thank you all for allowing me to come on today to show you this. But that's not what I'm talking about today. The Lord put on my heart today to talk about how important is hydration. Mm-hmm. I have a reason for this. So we're talking about hydration, which is basically water, but we can get hydration from juice and fruit. But the main essential part of hydration is to have our bodily functions functioning properly, getting the right amount of fluids in them, so that we can regulate the temperature of our bodies. And so water lubricates the joints and reduce friction and pain. Um, Water is so essential for transporting nutrients from the digestive system to the cells throughout the body. Water also helps eliminate waste products through urine, sweat, and bowel movement. And we all know that's important, because if we don't have the proper water, the bowel's going to back up, and then that cause a lot of issues in the body. So we want to make sure we drink plenty of water. Proper hydration is linked to improve cognitive function. It includes the memory and focus. And if we don't get enough water, sometimes we don't think right, or we can't focus. Maybe it'll help if we just go get a glass of water and drink a glass of water or some juice. So we need to make sure that we're properly hydrated at all times. Water also aids in digesting food. But this is another thing. Although water aids in digesting food, we should never drink water while we eat. We should drink water at least 30 minutes before or 1 hour after we eat, because we don't want to dilute the food with the water. We want to give the food time to digest before we drink the water, so we get the proper nutrients that we need to get. So make sure you drink your water 30 minutes before you eat or 1 hour after you eat. Also, I'm going to ask a question here. Okay. Did you know drinking water can lower your blood pressure?
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't know. Now that's something I didn't know, that water could do that.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It can because this is the reason why. Because when you drink more water, the proper amount of water that you need, you get more fluids into your blood vessels. And when you get more fluid into your blood vessels, then your blood vessels will properly function, and then your blood pressure will go down. And if you don't drink enough water, this can contribute to your blood pressure. If your blood pressure becomes too high, it can cause the blood vessels to burst, and this may lead to kidney diseases or strokes. So we want to make sure we keep checking on our blood pressure. Don't eat too much salt. Drink enough water. Do everything that we can to prevent high blood pressure, because a lot of people have high blood pressure.
That part.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Dr. Reola.
Okay.
Okay, so I had saw a couple of videos that a young lady, she had said that, she don't really like water. She thinks that the water that we're drinking is not the best water. So she preferred to get her water from fruits. So she said she hasn't drunk any water for like over a year or so, that she got all her water through her fruits. So I found a couple of videos, but I don't have to share them, but that talks about that you can get water, not, from the fruits. And then we have a lot of controversy. People say, is spring water better or pure water? And then we had a gentleman, I guess he was maybe about 3 weeks ago, he came on with and was talking about his machine. And I know you have a machine, and I know it's some other people on here that have machines and they do, do things differently. But what are your thoughts about getting your water through your food?
Oh, I agree with that. We have a lot of fruits that's high in water, but the main thing that we need is water, because water goes in at the cellular level. It doesn't have any fiber in it. It doesn't have any additives, any sugar or anything like that. So when you eat fruit, you get sugar with that. So everybody is different. Maybe her body will adjust to that. But I wouldn't recommend just eating fruit and not drinking water, because even when you drink juice, that's water. You drink tea, that's water. It has water in it, but it's not like drinking plain water. Nothing is like the real thing. And water, if you know it, water is very important in a lot of cases. Nothing can live without water. You can only go like a few days without water, but you can go weeks without food. So that's I mean, I don't disagree with it, but I just wouldn't suggest that anybody just eat fruit and not drink water, because I used to didn't like water myself, and I didn't drink water. I just drink tea, lemonade, anything wet, but I didn't drink water. I didn't like plain water. And so I just recently started drinking water when I got this alkaline machine, because the water was so clear and clean, and I like the taste of it. And so then I started drinking it, and then I just got like, oh, I couldn't do without the water. So my body was craving it. Then I guess whatever you put in your body can get used to it. But I'd rather just have the plain water, because I think that's the best way.
Danielle has her hand up.
Okay,
Yes.
Danielle.
Hi. I
Hi.
notice I notice as the seasons change, where how my body craves where it gets its water from.
Mhm.
The warmer it gets, the more I found out last year just by experimenting, like fresh watermelon juice, it's got all the natural electrolytes and everything and vitamins and everything in it.
Mhm.
It cuts down my water intake, because I usually do like a gallon of water a day.
Mhm.
Starting now, since I woke up, I'm drinking water throughout the day. But I know the hotter it gets, because I know as we sweat, we lose electrolytes.
Mhm.
Um, I crave more. That watermelon juice was like the best treat ever in life, making it myself. And then also, I drink water so much. I know water has no nutrients in it, but I also starting to get coconut water for
Absolutely.
the natural electrolytes and everything that's in there, because there is a thing we can drink so much water. There is a thing where people could drink too much water and
Exactly.
actually drown themselves. I saw that research and I was like, oh wow, okay. Didn't know that was there is too much of a good thing apparently. But Yeah, coconut water. I'm starting to add coconut water to
Mhm.
my repertoire. And as soon as the seasons and I can find, the seeded watermelon, that watermelon juice is like, it's something else. It's absolutely amazing. I just want to throw, and I just want to let you know, you look absolutely fabulous for
Thank
you being in your
you.
80s. Absolutely
Mhm.
gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That you got all into my notes. But anyway, thank you for you can drink too much water. And as a matter of fact, I'll just go there right now. I am one that did drink too much water. And when you drink too much water, you can become lethargic. You can even lose conscience because I ended up in the hospital because I drank too much water. And it's called hypothermia, hyponatremia. That's what they diagnosed me with. And I was acting kind of crazy. And one that said, I'm taking you to the hospital. But I didn't know what was wrong with me, but I was, kind of confused and talking out of my head, not making sense. So yeah, you can't drink too much water. So thank you for that, Danielle.
Reola, we have another hand up, Miss our fabulous Evelyn Pinkert.
Oh,
Hi.
Evelyn.
How do you know how much water you should drink? How do you know? Is there a way to judge, to gauge how much you should be drink? You
Well, some people say you should drink like 8 to 10 glasses of 8-ounce water. Some say you should drink half your body weight. I mean, recommend that. But you have to adjust to yourself how much water you drink because everybody is different. Just make sure you don't drink too much. So you can tell if you're drinking too much water because you're gonna start to feel different. So it's a good thing to drink water, but it's not good to drink too much water or overhydrate.
Do you
So
oh,
go ahead, Keisha.
is pure water versus spring water? So some people I cannot stand spring water. Some people like they can't do pure. They prefer pure water, but they
What do
say
you mean by what do you mean by pure water? Because you also got distilled water, you got distilled, you got
Mhm.
mountain, you got
Alkaline.
spring.
Mhm.
What do you mean by pure water, Lakeisha?
okay, that's a good point. So when you go to the store, you buy the bottled water. It says purified water, and then you can buy spring water. And so
Exactly.
I buy spring water because they say spring water is better for you.
Well, can I interject in that? So you
Yes.
see this. This says on here, on this bottle, it says 100% natural spring water. And then I have another one here that says, this one says purified water. So, like she said, they have them labeled purified water, spring water, whatever. But all of this water is acidic. It's just as acidic as a Coke. So, and I have a demonstration here that I can use both these waters, and I put some drops in this water, and I put some drops in the alkaline water, and then you will see the difference because when the water is alkaline, it turns blue. If it's acidic, it turns yellow. So I am going to do that right now. You're all just getting all in. I'm loving it. So this right here is bottled water. So when I put this is bottled water. Yeah, this no, this is the let's see which one it is. I can tell you. No, this is the faucet the alkaline water, not the faucet water, because the faucet water is not alkaline either.
Hmm.
It turns a different color. It turns like a greenish color. And then which the pH level is lower than the normal alkalinity level. So this is alkaline water. So when I pour one of these waters in here, you'll see the difference in the colors. Did you see this water? Did I hold it up? This is purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what
So
water is that? What water was that
this
time?
one is from my machine. That one's from my machine. And this one here is from the bottle. And so I'll put some drops in it. These are just pH drops. You can get them
Yeah,
anywhere.
I will say for
Thank
me,
you, Lord.
I can taste the difference between spring water and between distilled water. And I know of my body and alkaline water, and my body usually tells me what it needs. This week it might be
Exactly.
still, next week it might be spring,
Mhm.
next, but there is a difference between distilled, purified, and spring. Well, spring water, you can actually literally taste a little bit of the minerals. It has a little minerally taste to it, not too much, and a little bit of salt. You can taste it just a little bit, but it's enough that there is a difference between the taste of the waters.
Oh, it is. All water is not the same. Thank
Mm.
you.
Dr. Reola, is the first one you picked up, the first one you did, the
Mhm.
purple?
Mhm.
Now, is that alkaline or
This is the alkaline. This is from my alkaline machine, and
okay?
all alkaline machines is not the same either. So, um, I know I used to buy alkaline water by the 5 gallons, but I got tired of carrying that 5 gallon around because my husband was sick. So that's when I invested in a machine, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when I really started drinking water because it's very clean tasting. You don't have any aftertaste. You don't have any. It's just clean. Um, so I make my juices with that water. I get all kinds of testimonies and results. I have people that say they're addicted to it, but um, anyway, I recommend alkaline water, but to each his own preference because we don't get enough alkaline in our foods, and uh, we need to supplement something. And the best way to do it, I would say, would be with alkaline water.
Mm-hmm.
I have a
Okay,
question.
Dr. Riola, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead, Anna. You got a question, Anna?
Right, you're right. I want to know what type of machine you use because I've heard about the kegging machines. I heard about all of these different machines, and then I'm buying water from Trader Joe's, Better Health, everywhere. And I'm like, I'm spending all this money on water. And what would you recommend with your wisdom and things of that nature and your trials and errors and things? Which type of machine do you have, or which one would you recommend being comparable and things of that nature?
Well, I have the Kangen and Magic Kangen water machine,
Okay.
and the reason why I like it so well is because this machine, um, it's like it has a brain. It tells you when you're running the water too fast. It tells you when you're running it too slow. It tells you when you need to clean the machine, and if you run a certain amount of water, it'll stop right in the middle and say it cleans it. When you turn it off, it say it cleans it. So you just let it run through the cycle and then you start back running the water again.
Okay.
So it keeps the water pure and clean.
Okay, great.
So
Mm-hmm.
I,
Thank
I
you.
I had a question. Okay, so you
Mm-hmm.
put up that water, and I think we need a little clarity. I think me and Queen might need to look. Why is the water like purple? Like, why is it? That don't even look like. You know, what I'm saying that I might not want to put the purple water.
Okay, well, our body's supposed to be a certain alkalinity, like 7.5 or anywhere in between 7.5, 7.3, 7.5. But that just lets you know that the water is alkaline. These are just pH drops that
Oh,
let you know that the water is alkaline. And it lets you know if the water is acidic.
So it's like that stick, the paper stick,
Right, right. When you,
and
yeah,
watch what color it turns. You
right.
would know if
And
it's
you know what level
yeah,
alkalinity you
yeah,
are. Yeah.
yeah. Dr. Riola,
Mm-hmm.
how old are you?
81.
No,
You look good, Viola.
no.
So
Thank you.
can you give us a little brief, I guess, tell us about your story. Like what made you get into this and you found out that you had with stage 3 colon cancer and you were able to heal yourself. What made you decide not to go and go through chemo and the medicine route and your process? Like please let us know because I do know that the body is made magnificently and it can heal itself. It
Exactly.
can help it. So can you tell us that journey if you don't mind?
Absolutely. Well, number one, I pray. And number two, I had heard a lot about chemo and what it does. And I know a lot of people, and this happened to my husband even. He was diagnosed with lung cancer. So he went the chemo and the radiation and the whole work. And he been gone over 11 years ago. It didn't work for him. So it's just like those COVID shots. They work for some. I don't think they work. I never did get one, but the people that got them was getting COVID, and I didn't get one, and I wasn't getting COVID. So I mean, it's like I chose to 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 acknowledge the Lord and ask Him what I should do because I didn't want to. I didn't want to have surgery, but I did have surgery because I didn't know at the time what I know now. And they did remove part of my colon, but after I start researching and studying what caused cancer, how to prevent cancer, that's when I got off into natural products, natural everything. So I just went on a regimen. I went to a naturopath. That's what made me become one. They monitor my blood work, and in your blood you can tell what's going on. In your blood shows up every issue that you might have. So if they found something in there that shouldn't be, then they had a remedy for it, and that's how I got through. I didn't go through chemo. I went through naturopath doctor, which led me, guided me, put me on a regimen diet and things that I could and couldn't eat or should and shouldn't eat. Mm-hmm. And so I stayed with that. And so then I wanted to help people after that. I wanted to educate people, and so that people could be proactive instead of reactive. And so I started a Cancer Agape group. And then I went to school to be a natural health consultant, and I just kept going from that time, and I just kept getting more and more educated in it, and that's how I got through. I just first of all I talked to the Lord and asked Him what should I do, and He didn't direct me to do chemo, so I did not do chemo, and so I came out. It's been over 23 years now, so. Mm-hmm. And I'm still doing good, so I thank God for that.
Mm-hmm. So, so one of the things that I heard a lot of is that, like you said, like I know it's a couple people. I've been to you. I believe some other people have gone to you, and you did the blood analysis on myself. And I do know that you can. Anything that's going on with your body, I heard you can tell it through your blood or through your saliva. Through your saliva and through your blood, you can tell anything that's going on with your body. However, the doctors, they only search for what they're looking for. They're not going to do a whole scan of your blood or go through your saliva or in your stool. Like in your stool, they can find out anything that's going on in your body with your stool, your blood, and your saliva. And they don't do that. And so how often should a person have the blood analysis? Like you did mine. And one of the outcomes, she told me that I needed to do a liver cleanse. Right? So liver cleanse, So how often should a person have that? We have another young lady that's part of the Elizabeth Dietra, and she does the blood analysis as well for those who, don't know or may want either one of their services.
Thank you, Lakeisha, for mentioning that.
Absolutely. And I need to talk to you afterwards. So how often, Deetra and you, do you think that a person should have that checked out?
Okay, I look at it like this. I tell them to come back after 3 months for a checkup to see how they're doing. When you get all the way, everything that was going on with you is cleared up, then you're good to go. I would say come back in maybe a year or two. Unless you have some problems or you have some issues going on or you don't feel well or something like that.
Okay.
And for me, I do that too because the blood actually renews itself every 4 months. But after you come see me, I prescribe people to change their diet because that's when you're going to see a change. So then after 4 months, come get your blood checked again and see how that has improved because you'll take some herbs out, suggest some for your situation after you do your blood analysis. And then after we do that, it should be different. It should be changed. Because after you stop eating the way you normally do, you have in the past, it changes the blood.
Exactly. I agree.
These experts we got on the panel. Okay, Queen has her hand up.
Yes,
Okay, Queen.
I wanted to ask. I hear people talk about they had cancer, okay, and then how they healed. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about how they got cancer. That they looked at their life and said, I was doing this, I was doing that. You know, I don't remember anyone talking about how it manifested in their body.
Well, actually, basically, they don't have they don't really know what causes cancer, but we do know some things that causes cancer, and it's basically like Deidre said, is what you eat, and what goes in your body is going to determine how your body reacts. It's just like you have to take care of your body like you would your car. So if you look at your body as the car and your body as the motor, well, you have to put oil in, you have to put water in, you just have to keep it up. So you have to put the right thing in there, because if you don't put the right thing in there, it's not going to work properly, and it can cause some issues.
That's right. That's true.
Well,
Yeah. And so,
go ahead, Deidre.
okay, no. Please join us next Tuesday. I'm going to speak on just this issue and how things are coming to the body, like diseases, so quote unquote. So please join us next Tuesday.
Oh yeah, good.
So Reola, I have a question. And then Danielle has a question also. So Reola, what did you do? So once you said, I'm not gonna take, anymore, you're not gonna go the, I guess the normal way people may go to the regular
Conventional way.
conventional, yes. So what did you do? Like, what was your regimen? Like, what type of foods that you're eating? Because she also sell raw food also, and so they're very delicious and very filling. It looked like it's a little bit of nothing, but it gets you so full. I'm like, this don't even look like nothing, but you get so full off of it. And she does raw desserts. So can you tell us a little bit, like, what were you taking? What was your regimen? Like, were you exercising? What foods were you eating? Can you share that with us?
Absolutely. Number one, you cut out all the white. They cut out all the white products, like white sugar, white flour, white potatoes. Try to stick with the colorful vegetables and fruits. Number two, cut out the sugar. Okay, go natural. Don't use processed sugar. If you use anything, try to use something natural, like maple syrup or agave or some other natural sweetener.
What about raw honey?
Raw honey is good, but if you're diabetic, that's not good either, because honey is high glycemic.
Yep.
So let's see, and I start eating raw food because the reason why you felt so full, Lakeisha, is because in the raw food, you don't cook it. You prepare it. So you leave all the nutrients, the vitamins and minerals, everything in there. Like when you cook food, even though you might be on a vegan or vegetarian diet, when you cook the food, you cook out some of the nutrients, most of the nutrients and vitamins and stuff. So if you prepare it raw, like a salad or a pate, like a guacamole or something like that, that's raw. So that's what I started doing. I started eating that because I went to a raw food retreat, and the food tastes good, and it's good for you. And I found out that just eating raw food uncooked food, which is vegetables, um, uh, legumes, nuts, and different things like that, people was got rid of diabetes. They didn't have diabetes anymore. So that proves right there that what you eat makes a lot of difference in what you get and how your body reacts and how healthy your body is.
How
So
can you just on because of your subject right now, how can you eat legumes is beans? They're beans, right? How do you eat raw beans?
You don't.
Well, actually, thank you for asking that question. We don't eat, we soak them and sprout them. That's how we eat.
Oh, okay, got it.
Right.
Thank you.
And then we put them in a salad.
Yeah. Danielle has the question. She ready to get it out, y'all. Let's get Danielle. Go ahead.
No. Hold on one second. Can you guys hear me? Because I don't know if I got. Okay, yeah.
We can hear you.
No, the question that Sheila answered earlier about how do people develop cancer? So there's the food that we eat, but then there's a spirituality to each and every one of our bodies that we are not taught. In Native American culture, they're taught that each one of your organs inside of your body is a spirit that needs to be honored. And because we don't look at our bodies like that, a lot of the diseases, and this is coming from Queen Afua, come from certain emotional things that we do. Like diabetes is the loss of sweetness. That's why people who are diabetic crave sweet things, and they tend to go for like cookies, donuts, all that has this artificial sweetener. That artificial sweetener is what's messing up your pancreas, which is helping your body not produce enough insulin, but you're craving sweet things. People who have heart disease or heart disease, heart attacks has something to do with not enough love or having a heartbreak that they never got over. We all experience some point have experienced some sort of heartbreak, some sort of grief, some sort of something. And to not this stuff, when you don't attack it from a spiritual or emotional standpoint, it can and will show up in other areas of the body. Your stomach issues is you not digesting the proper things in life. So because we don't take a look at it from a spiritual aspect, and then we're not taking care of our bodies, and cancer, to my understanding, is from overgiving. If you overgiving, so many people give, but they don't reciprocate what they're giving back. So think of like a mother who's constantly taking care of everybody. She's taking care of the husband, the house, the kids, but she don't sit down and take care of herself. So when you look at a lot of people, when stuff metastasize, it's like, oh my God, I didn't know, I gave everything. And it's like, all of a sudden, if you look at all the treatment and all the care that a lot of cancer patients get, it's like, if you just sat down and actually took care of yourself as much as you took care of everybody else, you probably wouldn't have developed this. It is environmental, it is the food that we eat, and it's also how we handle our emotions, how we handle ourselves spiritually, and how we it's all the factors and everything like that. So it's not just one thing that causes the disease to develop. It is like a snowball effect of everything, your lifestyle, your overall lifestyle. How are you handling everything that's going on in life? So I want to say that, and what I love about naturopathic doctors is that they take a look at everything, not just the physical. It's the physical, the spiritual, the emotional. And, a lot of times everything that's going on does play a part with the financial. So I just wanted to throw that in there, that it's not just the environment and the food, it's everything. How are you living your lifestyle? How are you processing everything that's going on in your life? And the biggest thing with the cancer, are you receiving that you're constantly giving back? Just wanted to let you guys know that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. I remember Reverend Omani, she had talked about like different things. I think it was something going on with her hip or something, and she related to like spiritual, like, or unforgiveness. Like if you have unforgiveness can cause certain things. Like she relates it to whatever's going on with your body, it has something to do with maybe emotions or your spirit or something like that. And so that was kind of like really deep for me, because she said this came from, different things. And even stress, like stress can kill you. You could be stressed and don't even know that you are,
Stress.
that
Yeah,
you're
stress.
stressed.
That's
Knock
true.
you out.
So can I ask a real quick question? My question is real simple. What about tart cherry juice? Does that do anything? Is it any type of municipal good for the body?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Tart cherry juice, it can stop a cough. If you have cough or cold, well, coughing, it stops coughing. I mean, I got some of it right here right now.
Yeah.
Tart cherry juice is good for the heart. I mean, first of all, it's red, so it's good for the heart, it's good for the blood. I know I keep it around I use it as a cough syrup replacement. I just gotta look up some more benefits, but I keep this, especially if I feel, this says you can mix with water, you can mix with, is so many different ways. Oh, it does relax you. I forgot. Because if you mix this with magnesium at night, if you have a hard time relaxing, you can mix this and make a mocktail at night, and it will help relax you and
Okay.
not magnesium. So it's got some really good benefits. You just got to look it up.
Right.
It's got more than just that. I know that much.
So is it good to drink like maybe a glass every day just to keep the system flowing?
Yeah, I buy it also, and I would use it in my smoothies. And I think one of the reasons too, I think it helps you sleep as well, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
I would say this, you have to do the research and figure out what works for you, because what may work for you may not work for me.
I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? Like, and that's why I love learning the muscle testing, or doing the what you call it, when you te ask your body yourself, is this good for me or is it not?
So
Is this
tapping, like the tapping.
the tapping? Yes, do the tapping. Be like, is this
Tapping is
good for me
good.
or is it not?
Okay.
Huh?
A lot of people don't know about tapping. A lot of people don't know. That's a spiritual thing I learned from my metaphysical teacher. And one of the ladies, you could tell that she had a gift, because she had this glow. Like, I've never seen this glow on anybody before. And I couldn't stop looking at her, because she had this aura, this like glow about herself. And that's one of the things she had suggested. She said, have you ever heard of tapping? And I'm like, I had never heard of tapping. And she referred me to a gentleman to look at. And tapping can do a lot. If you've had trauma, you've been in a serious car accident, you're suffering with pain, like you can tap. And I could not, believe it. And artists had just had, like, I think they said rotator cuff surgery. And the tapping actually helped him. And he didn't even realize. I was like, I'm just gonna see if he gonna. I'm just gonna see if he's. I said, I can't believe it. He ain't complained about pain in 3 days. And I didn't say nothing. I wanted to see if he hadn't even know. I said, did you realize that you haven't said anything about pain? He like, I sure haven't. So I do know that the tapping works. Like, the tapping works. I don't know if anybody else had experience with tapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tapping
Somebody
is really
wants to know what tapping is, Dr. Reola, if you want to. Do you do that?
No,
Okay.
but I've had it done, but I don't do
I
it.
want to know what is tapping. So if someone
Well,
can
you
explain
should just kind of explain what it does.
Like, so tapping, you hit in different, different areas. I think his name was Oren something. I'm gonna try to find it before. But tapping, you tap on different areas. Like, you can tap here,
Tap here, like tap here.
your here, different
Yeah.
areas in your life. And while you tapping, you're saying,
Certain
certain
things.
things while you tapping. But it's been a long time
affirmations.
since
Yeah.
I tapped. What would you say?
Affirmations. You could say affirmations. You could say affirmations. You could say you speak to your body, speak to your body. It gets deep into what it is. It's pretty much what it is that you need to overcome whatever's going on. So if you're stressed, you're speaking, I am not stressed, I'm relaxed, I am this. People get deep into like the whole meditation of it all, but pretty much it's just rhythmically and breathing, tapping and breathing at the same time definitely will help, shift things around.
Yeah, it's like it does a clearing. When I was doing Dr. Kafira and we were just talking about some things in her life, and she just started, oh, I need to tap that out, and she started doing this and this, like, the emotion that she was going through and dealing with loss, and she just said, oh, you know what? Because she said that was a long time ago. I need to tap that out. And she started doing that and doing that, going to different areas to tap it out. I believe that I remember Star, we went to when she was dealing with cancer, and we went to a brother who teaches tapping. I don't know if he's still in Detroit, but yeah, that's what he did to find out different things in that was that she wasn't speaking out. And when he would do that, then he would ask her questions, and then he'd go and start tapping to get rid of that and deal with that and make it lighter, not as heavy, where, because some things be so heavy emotionally for you that you cannot deal with that. And I went through that myself until I went to a holistic doctor. And it was so that I could actually talk about the issue without falling all apart. I could actually just talk about it. And that was one of the things that helped is the tapping. Sheila, you have something? Your hand is up.
Yes.
Can you come on camera, please?
You don't want to see me today. I literally just fell out of bed.
Okay, right. Go ahead.
Sorry. Regarding the tart cherry juice, is that different than just eating raw cherries?
Yeah.
It's like the bottle I have is 100% Montessori cherry concentrates, a concentrate pressed from over 1,000 cherries. And it's 16 ounces. So I don't think you're going to eat 1,000 cherries
Probably not.
within that time. So, I mean, you could eat, if you could eat cherries, I think that's good. But I can't sit here and say, let's just put it like this. It's just good to have everything in your repertoire because
Sure.
you never know when you're going to need what you need. You know what I'm saying? So,
True.
well,
Well,
like I said, I know you could do more with this, make a juice. They talk about you can make a natural lemonade. If you add, the plain soda water, you can make a soda. So there's more than one. Having it in a concentrate just gives you a chance to do more with it. Of course, the fresher, the better. I'm always going to say that. Fresher is best. But this also has you never know. You may get a cough. You may not have any cherries, but you have the tart cherry juice. You can create a mocktail with that, with some water or spring or sparkling water or whatever, and get it in, just get it in. So fresh is always best. But if you,
fresh is
like I
always
said,
best, but if you have like an issue or some kind that you're dealing with, it's always better to do the juice than to eat because the juice goes in at the cellular level. It doesn't have to digest. So if you eat the cherries before it take effect, you got to digest. So they're good to eat. Like if you just want to eat them, just eat some fruit. But if you have any kind of issue going on in your body, it's best to drink the juice.
Wow.
Okay.
If anyone,
Thanks.
I found his name. I put it in the chat. His name was Nick Ortners. Nick Ortner. If anybody wants to see his videos regarding tapping, he was one of the first people who I got introduced about teaching you how to tap and all the different things it can do, especially if you have stress and different things like that. Also, Reola, people are asking like, where can they reach you? Where can they get your products? Like you have amazing juices and drinks. I meant to have some with me because I bought some from you yesterday. Where can they find your products? What else do you do to help the community?
Well, I do consultations. People call me and ask me different questions. I do consultation for people. The juice for right now, I'm selling it from my home. I don't have it in the stores yet. I'm still working on that. But my number, I don't know if you have my phone number.
Well, if it's safe to do so.
I could. Keisha, will you put it in the chat for me because I type real slow? Also, you can reach me online at total health and wellness naturally.com. I mean .net, really.
Also, someone is, oh, well, I got, my cell phone is not in here with me, but I can go find my cell phone. Somebody want to know about oh, what's the name? Tia said she loves her juice. Her juices is good. Um, Total health and wellness.net. I guess that is.
What's the cost? Let me ask a question. What's the cost per bottle? And do you
Okay.
do bulk, or do you do bulk orders as well? And how long does the juice last in the
Yeah.
refrigerator?
The juice lasts you for at least 2 to 3 weeks in the refrigerator because ginger is in it and that's a preservative, and also lemon. So the ginger lemon is 16 ounces. That's $6. The beet, the pineapple, and the turmeric is $8 for 16 ounces.
Dr. Reola, when you about your food, is it right? Like, do you prepare, or I mean, how do you purchase it? Is it in a container or something?
Oh yes, I make a gourmet meal, honey. You have a salad, 2 sides, and a protein.
It's packaged so that I could purchase it from you, or do
yeah, I make it fresh. I make it fresh because this food that I make is really fresh. It'll last you maybe 3 to 4 days, something like that. But it's made to eat right away.
And also one quick question, what is the price range for your dinners?
The dinners are $20.
Huh?
And the desserts, I do vegan desserts and raw desserts. They're not cooked anyway. Not use any processed sugars or anything like that. I make like
You
what
have
I
a vegan
call
cheesecake? You got a vegan cheesecake? Raw cheese?
yes.
Yes, thank you.
But in connecting with you, what do you? I mean, like if I wanted a dinner or whatever, I call you and then you prepare it, or do you have?
Well, actually, I do them. I was doing them every week. Then I injured my back. So then I stopped doing them for a while. And when I felt like it, I just call all my clients and tell them, well, I'm making dinners today. Of course, everybody, they always call me, when you gonna make dinners again? When you gonna make dinners again? So they really love the food. I'm not bragging, but the ones that get the dinners, they look forward to it when I do them.
Go ahead and brag. It's okay to brag, girl.
No, because I mean,
Do you have a dinner day? Do you have a specific days that you do the dinners? Like your clients know, okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Dr. Reola is going to be doing these dinners, or do you just?
No, I don't have a day. I just with if you want a dinner, you can call me and find out if I'm making dinners that week. It's only once a week. I don't make them just individually because it's just costs too much and it's too much. It's a lot of work. So just can I put my number? Give you my number.
Your number is in the chat.
Okay,
thank you, Sharonda. Sharonda put your number on there.
Sharonda can testify of the food. She gets dinners for me.
Oh, awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, I can. Is it okay for me to go now? We over time, so.
Okay, yes. So
yeah.
Evelyn has a question.
I just wanted to know, Dr. Reola, were you a part of, this was years ago, were you a part of Neza's, Neza, Neza?
Yeah, I do know Neza.
Okay, were you a part of the Healthy Fridays that was held over at the building on 3rd that the Shrine owned?
Yes, I used to go there.
Oh, I've tasted your raw chocolate cake. Yeah. Okay, this is one. And it was good. I still remember it.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's 10:01, and I'll speaking on behalf of the Elizabeth, we are so thankful and grateful for all who have tuned in today. We had about 16, 17 people today. We thank you so much for joining us on Wealth Building Wednesday. Every day of the week, Monday through Friday, something different. Something different. So we encourage you to, when you can, come in and get some amazing information. We have amazing our guests. We have some amazing teachers and speakers here. And so I just want to say thank you. And let's give each other a hug because we need to hug ourselves. Hug yourself because we need to hug yourself. I love to kiss myself because I love me some me.
Yes.
Let's hug the world because the world needs a hug too.
Yes.
And let's sprinkle love, peace, and happiness, to those that are in authority. You just never know. All that love and light we send in that way could make all the difference in the world. So I want to say thank you so much again. Have a wonderful and fantastic day on purpose.
On purpose.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love
Peace.
you all. Peace.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.